Good afternoon, everybody. I welcome all 6th semester students for session number 5 of Unit 1. So in Unit 1, there are two chapters are there as per prescribed by the syllabus. First chapter was introduction chapter, which you discussed some of the fundamentals like what do you mean by testing, what are the skills of testing, what are the power of software, what are the reasons for software failure, or what are the challenges of software, what are the skills of software. So those were the things what you discussed in the chapter number 1, that is introduction chapter in the unit number 1. Now the next chapter in unit 1 we are going to discuss is about fundamentals of testing. There fundamentals of testing is the second chapter in unit number 1. It's the same, it is unit number 1, this fundamentals of testing. So in this chapter we're going to discuss about, so in this today's topics we are discussing about what is testing, what is comparison between testing versus debugging, testing and debugging, and what is verification and validation audit. So these are the things we are going to discuss in today's session. That is fine. Yes, is it clear? So we're going to be starting the second chapter of what you call second chapter of unit number 1, fundamentals of testing. That's fine. So the topics what we're going to discuss today is what is testing, testing versus debugging, testing and debugging, and verification and validation. It's fine. Yes, and what will the outcomes? So we are going to learn about testing. At the end of this session, you're going to understand what testing, what is debugging, what is debugging, and you're going to understand what is verification and validation. At the end of the what do you call the session, today's session, these are fine. And some terms what we're going to discuss here are what do you mean by error, what is bug, defect, debugging, verification and validation, what do you call that? Debugging, yes. So the terms what we're going to discuss here in this today's session are what do you mean by error, bug, defect, debugging, verification and validation. So these are the terms what we're going to discuss in today's session. Yes, fine. First one is what is testing, what do you call it? Testing is a process to check whether the software meets requirements or not, what do you call that? Whether the software meets the user's requirements or not. So what is testing? The testing is a process of checking whether the software, the output that is generated by the software is correct or not as per the requirement of the customer. So that is what you call a testing there. So it is a process to check whether the software meets the requirements or not. So you're executing the program, and the program you should get the correct output there, and that output should be the requirement of the customer. So whatever the customer needs, you need to develop the software as per the requirements of the software. So we're going to check whether the output is right or not. That is what we call testing there. Then during software development, the developer makes many mistakes at different stages, and testing helps him to correcting those mistakes. The aim of tester is not why we are testing it. So there may be mistakes done by designing team or software development team or coding team there. So those mistakes can be rectified or have to be rectified at some or the other phase. So testing is a process to identify those mistakes that is being done by the development team, what you call that. And when the testers, they just identify the bugs there or the defects. So those defects will be sent back to the developer to rectify that. Again, after rectification, the software will be sent back to again for the tester to test it. And again, if there are any bugs, again it will be sent back to developer. So this will be a continuous or rigorous process until there are zero bugs, what you call that, yes, or zero mistake. So testing activity corresponds to every phase of development. Testing is not only the last phase or it is done at the end of the software development. No, testing has to be done at every phase, what you call during designing phase or during requirement phase or what you can call analysis phase or coding phase or design phase. So testing has to be done in all the phases of your software development life cycle. It is not confined at the last, but testing has to be done at every phase of a particular project, what you call. So every phase, there's various phases are there as you discussed. So it has to be done at every phase, what do you call that? You know, testing activity corresponds to every phase of development. Yes, next. The various tests carried out, various tests carried out on different phases of development are referred as quality assurance. So what the testing, what we do at the various phases, testing at requirement, testing at design, testing at coding, we call them as the quality assurance. So as you discussed the software quality assurance or software quality control, in every department there is one organization or a team that is meant for exclusively checking the quality of the software. So they test at every phase, what you call. So during requirement analysis, during planning or designing, during coding, they check the what you call quality. So we call that as a quality assurance. So the various tests carried out on different phases of development are referred as quality assurance. So the testing what we do at every phase, we call them as a quality assurance, what we call it. Yes, fine. Yes, then testing is generally considered as separate phase. Testing is generally considered as separate phase after the implementation phase. As you've seen in the software development lifecycle, testing is a separate phase. That is usually the last phase there. Yes. So here we do testing of entire software again there. So we do testing at various phases, but also testing is a separate phase. So that is we are going to do after the implementation of the software phase. After code is converted into working system, the testing phase starts. When the code or the software program or a project implementation is completed, then we start testing whether the code is right or not. So that is what that phase we call that as a testing phase. When the testing is done at every phase, we call that as a quality assurance. And when the code has been written, and that software code, we're going to test it at the end. So we call that phase as a separate testing phase that is being done by the test engineers, what we call it. That's fine. Yes, next. So some definitions. Error. What do you mean by an error? An error is a human action that causes the software to fail, what we call. What was an error there? A mistake. You written a program, in a C program or Java program, suppose there is no semicolon at the each one statement. That is a mistake. What you done? As you know, the syntax of C language, the C language, every statement should end with a semicolon. So by mistake, you have forgotten to put a semicolon. So that is a mistake there. So an error is a human action that causes the software to fail. So when you compile the program and it will show you the error, what you call a statement missing semicolon there. That will show that is the error there. So that is what you call an error, what you call it. Then the software is said to fail if the actual results do not match with the expected results. When you call the software is failed, the software is said to fail. What you call, suppose you want to perform addition and you are getting wrong result, then your program is wrong. The same way here also, the software is said to fail if the actual results do not match with the expected results. You are expecting some result. Yes, like for example, sum of n numbers. Yes, so it should give you the result, and you're not getting the exact answer. Then you call that software as a fail. The software is said to fail if the actual results do not match with the expected results. Next, a flaw in a software unit or a component that causes failure is called a defect. What is a defect there? A defect is a flaw or in a software unit or a component that causes the failure is called a defect. The part of the program or a statement that what you can call that makes the software to fail, we call that as a defect. A flaw or a mistake or error, a flaw in a software unit or a component that causes the failure is called a defect, what you call. Defect is also called as a bug. So we also call defect, error, bug, almost all are the same terms, what you call. So defect is also called as a bug. So these are the terms what we need to discuss it here. We discuss error, fail, defect, and the bug. So the terminology what you need to use in this particular chapter. Next, so what is the objective of testing? So there are some objectives out there. What are those objectives of testing? The first objective of the testing is to find the defects. So you need to find the bugs. The work or the job of the tester is to find the bugs, not to humiliate the developer. So why we are identifying the bugs? You are identifying the bugs so that we want a software of a very high quality. So that is the main purpose of testing or objective of testing, what you can call it. Yes. When the testing is done, the reasons for failures are identified and defects are found, then the defects are corrected. So the tester will identify the defects, and that list of defects will be sent to the developer, and developer will identify what are the reasons for the failure, and he will rectify those defects and again and correct it and send back to the tester. So this is an iterative process. So repetition continuously, it will be going on until there are zero defects in the software. This is an iterative process. Software has to be tested, find defects, correct the code, and test the software again. So it's an iterative process. The tester find the bugs, send back to developer or a coder. He will rectify it, send back to what you can send back to again tester, test it, and it is a continuous process. It's an iterative process, what I call. Yes. So it's a repetitive or iterative process. Software has to be tested, find defects, correct the code, and test the software again. Yes. When the testing the software, the objective is to find defects. This is called negative testing. What is this? When testing the software, the objective is to find defects. What we call this is called as negative testing. So the first objective is nothing but to find the defects. So what we call this is nothing but we call that as a negative testing. To find the defects, so that is what we call negative testing. What we call. Is it clear? So these are the objectives of testing. What are those objectives? Once again, can somebody read the objectives?
To find the defect. When the testing is done, the reasons for failures are identified and defects are found. When the defects are corrected. This is an iterative process. Software has to be tested, find defects, correct the code, and test the software again. When testing the software, the object is to find defects. This is called negative testing.
Yes. So these are the objectives of testing. Is it clear? Fine. Next, we are going to find the differences between testing and debugging. What is the difference between testing and what do you mean by testing? What is debugging? Testing is to find the defect. Debugging is what? Debugging is done to find the cause of defect. What is the reason of failure? What is testing? What do you call, there is a mistake in line number 10. That's all. He'll tell, the tester will tell mistake or defect in a particular line number 10. That is what you call testing. Debugging is what? It is the reason. For what is the reason? For example, as I told you, so C program, the statement should end with the semicolon. Suppose the tester will tell line number 5, there is a mistake. So what is the mistake? The statement, the line number 5 has not terminated with the semicolon. So that is the cause of defect. That is what you call debugging. So debugging is done to find what you call the cause of defect. What is the reason for the failure? That is what you call debugging. Testing is to find the defect, whereas debugging is to find the cause of defect. What you call. Yes. Next. Test engineers have to find out the defect and also describe when the defect has occurred and what happened after the occurrence of the defect, like pre-conditions and post-conditions, what you call. So what is the reason they should tell? So when the defect has occurred or when the defect has been identified, whether it was when you enter the input, that is what we call preconditions, or after entering the input. During the output. So, or when the defect was identified, the test engineers have to tell the developers. Then, what is the debugging? Debugging involves finding out what portion of the code is causing the defect, modify that code, and checking whether the defect has been removed. What is debugging here? It involves finding out what portion of the code is causing the defect, modify that code, and check whether the defect has been removed, what we call. Is it clear? So what is the reason for the defect? As I told you, the semicolon was missing, or some mistake may be in the for statement, for example. Is it clear? Something that is the reason, or there may be a missing of a braces in the for a for loop or something like that. So what is the reason for the failure? That is what we call debugging. Testing is the job of test engineers, whereas debugging is the job of developer, what you call. So these are the difference between testing versus debugging. Somebody go through these points. Somebody.
Testing is to find the defect. Debugging is done to find the cause of defect. Testing. Test engineers have to find out the defect and also describe when the defect has occurred and what happened after the occurrence of the defect. Preconditions and post conditions. Debugging. Debugging involves finding out what portion of the code is causing the defect, modify that code, and checking whether the defect has been removed. Testing. Testing is the job of test engineers. Debugging is the job of a developer.
Yes, so that is the difference between testing. So testing is the process of identifying the defect and what you can call. So when the defect has been occurred, there is preconditions or preconditions before, during the input, or post conditions after the output. And the testing is done by the test engineers. The debugging is the process of to find the reason of defect and modify that defect, and it is being done by the developer. So this is the difference between testing versus debugging. Next, testing and debugging. Now, not debugging, it is debugging. That is, what is that debugging? To check the effectiveness of the testing process, bugs are sometimes introduced intentionally in the software. This is known as defect seeding or debugging, what you call. So we are going to introduce the bugs intentionally, we call. Is it clear? So that is what you call defect seeding or debugging. To check the effectiveness of the testing process, bugs are sometimes introduced intentionally in the software. This is known as defect seeding or debugging. In suppose the software, there are no bugs are there. So intentionally we are going to introduce the bugs and ask the test engineers to find out. If they are able to find out, that means your software is right. If they are not able to find out, that means there may be some mistake in your software. That is what we call. So that process, we call that as a defect seeding or debugging, what we call that. To check the effectiveness of the test process, bugs are sometimes introduced intentionally. We introduce the bugs in the software. This is known as defect seeding or debugging, what we call that. Next, yes, difference between testing and debugging, what we'll see. Suppose you have tested a software package and declared that it is okay. You tested a software and you declared that there are no bugs in this, what you can call the software, and declared is correct. Then the manager comes and intentionally introduce 10 defects in the code, and you are asked to test again. Is what you'll do. The manager will come and you are a test engineer and you are given a report that your software is working correctly, and that means there are no bugs in the software. Now, the manager, what he has done, he has introduced some bugs, assuming 10 defects in the code, and you are asked to test again. Now, you are asked to test. When you do test, that means for example, you have identified only 9 defects. It indicates that you are unable to find. So if you indicate 9 out of 10, that means 90% is correct, whereas 10% is wrong. That means that if you are unable to find 10% of the defects that are introduced, so that is what happened. That means you are not able to do testing properly. So intentionally, the software manager has introduced 10 defects and asks you to identify those defects, but you are unable to identify all 10. You are able to identify only 9. That means you identified only 90% of your defects, where 10% you are not identified. So this is what you call testing and debugging, what you call. Yes. So the debugging is a process of intentionally introducing the bugs in the software. We call that as a debugging, what you call. It's fine. Yes, next. What do you mean by next is validation. What do you mean validation? Validation is a process of checking whatever you are doing it is right or not. Yes, that is what we call validation. That is, are we building the right product? So you're developing a software. Simply, if you go on doing the project implementing, and at the end, after 3 months or 4 months, you find out your software project is wrong, then what happens? You are wasting your time, your manpower, your money, everything is being wasted there. So what do you do at every phase or after every interval of time, maybe after 2 weeks or 4 weeks, you need to check whether the software is going in the right direction. So you're trying to develop the software which is meeting the requirement of the customer. So validation is a process to check whether the software meets the customer expectations. So whether we are building the right product or whether we are going in the right direction to meet the requirements of the customer, or simply we are going in some other direction. So that is what we call validation. This is done by testing the software for its functionality and other requirements as given in the requirement document. How we check it? So we are having SRS, software requirement specification document, that is given there. So based on that SRS document, we keep on checking whether it is right or not. So at every phase, not only at every phase, even during the phase also, in between the phase also, then we check the functionality. What is the purpose, functionality of the particular software, what you can call. So functionality is being tested, what you call. This is done by testing the software for its functionality and other requirements as given in the requirement document, what you call. So that is what we call validation. So whether we are building the right product, validation is to check whether the software meets the customer expectations. This is done by testing the software for its functionality and other requirements as given in the requirement. We check the purpose. That is what we call functionality. Main function is the functionality we check. Like for example, you're writing a program to what you can call factorial. So whether the program is able to calculate factorial or not, you need, that is the purpose. So other things may be there, but the purpose is what? Your program is for calculating the factorial, or program is for calculating the roots of a quadratic equation, what you call it. Is it clear? That's what we need to check it there. So an additional requirement based on the SRS or software requirement documents, we're going to check the, what you can call, we're going to check the software whether it is right or not. That is what we call validation. Yes, next. Validation is carried out with the involvement of the customer. Yes. So validation is carried out with the involvement of the customer, what you call. So customer also will be there. So because you're developing the software for the customer there. So he's going to check whether the software is generating the proper output or not. Validation is a quality control. So validation is a part of a software quality control, or we call software quality assurance, or is a quality control. Quality control is defect detection or testing of a product. What is the quality control? So quality control is a process to check whether you're doing your product or a software is right or not. You're going to test it whether it is right or not. That is what we call validation. Is next. What is by verification then? So what is a verification? Verification is again similar to validation, whether we are building the product right. Yes, whether what is software we are going to building, we are developing is right or not. Whether the project or the software, whatever we are doing or building, it is right or not. Verification is to check whether the software conforms to specifications. Like for example, we are checking your answer papers. What we check, whatever the answer you have written is whether it is answer, whether you answered according to the particular question or not. We check it. We are having a model answers there. So from the same answer is available in your answer book or not, we check, verify it. Yes, verification is to check whether the software conforms to specification there. Verification is done by the development team at various phases of development, what it called. Yes, verification is done. Is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Audible, no? Yes, fine.
Yes, sir.
Yes, fine. Verification. Are we building the product right? Verification is to check whether the software conforms to specification. Verification is done by the development team at various phases of development, and verification is quality assurance. And quality assurance is defect prevention of a product protocol. So what you call a quality team? So the work of the quality team is what you can call to ensure that the software is developed at of very good quality. Yes. Quality assurance, defect prevention of a product. They don't want any mistakes in your product. That is the work of what you call the quality assurance team, what you call. So these are the things what we need to discuss in today's class. So just we'll recap the things what we discussed in today's class. Yes. What are the things we discussed? Here we discuss what is testing, testing versus debugging, testing and debugging, verification and validation. Yes, that is what we are discussing today's class, what you call. Yes, fine. Then learning about the outcome of this today's class was testing, understanding what is testing, debugging, verification and validation, what you call this. Just a minute. Yes, fine. Fine. Yes, these are the things what you discussed. Yes, and some of the terms what you discussed in today's class was error, bug, defect, debugging, verification, validation. So these are the terms what you discussed here. So can somebody tell me what do you mean by error? Define error.
Human action that causes software to fail.
Error is nothing but a mistake.
Human action that
Yeah.
causes software to fail.
Yeah, fine. That is what error. Next, can somebody define what is a bug?
Defect is also called as bug.
Yeah, what is that? What is a defect?
A flaw in a software unit component that causes the failure is called defect.
The error, the reason that causes the software or a program to fail, we call that as a defect. Is it clear? Yes. So defect is also called as a bug. Yes, fine. Next, what is debugging? Somebody?
Debugging is done to find the causes of defect.
Yeah. Who is going to do debugging?
Developer.
Yeah, the developer is
Job
going,
of
it's a job of the developer. What you call. Who is going to identify the defects?
Test
Tester.
engineer.
Test engineer or a tester is going to identify the defects or the bugs, what you call. Yes. Next, what is debugging? Somebody?
To check the
Check
effectiveness of the testing process, bugs are sometimes introduced intentionally in the software. This is known as defect seeding or debugging.
Debugging. Yes. We call that we are going to introduce the what you call bugs or the mistakes intentionally in the software. So that process we call that as a debugging. Next, what is verification? Verification. Yes, verification and validation. Verification is a process to check what are the things you are doing, what you have done is correct or not. That is what you call verification. Is it clear? So verification is done by a quality control team or quality assurance team. So they check it, whatever you have done the program, that program is right or not. Or simply if you are doing the program and at the end you see that you're not reaching the goal there. So then you'll be wastage of your manpower or money or time, everything there. So because we don't want to waste all those things. So because of that, we are going to check every time we verify whatever you're doing. You're doing one program or one phase, we check it. That is being taken care by the quality control team. That is what we call verification. And even validation also can call similar to verification. Here also you're going to check whether you're building the product right, project right or not. That same thing. We're going to check at every phase whether we are going in the right proper direction or not. So that is what you call verification and validation. Just we'll see here once again at the beginning, at the end is what is validation? Whether we are building the right product. Yes, the software, whatever you are building, whether it is right or not. And validation is to check whether the software is meeting your customer's requirement. Yes, and here we are going to check the main function, main purpose of your software. Suppose you're developing a software for banking. Whether with that software we are able to do all the bank transactions or not. We want to test it. That is the main purpose, functionality, based on the software requirement documents, what you call. That is what you call validation. And validation is carried out with the involvement of the customer. Why? Because here, so we are developing the software for the customer itself there. So he'll be present there. So he'll be checking whether this software is meeting my requirements or not. Yes, and it is taken care by quality control team. Validation as well as verification is taken care by quality control team. So quality control is defect detection or testing of a product, what you call. And similarly, we are verification is a process to check whether the product is right or not. So verification is to check whether the software conforms to its specification. The customer has given some requirements. Whether those requirements are being met or not, or specifications, what you call them. So it is done by the development team at various phases of development. So verification has to be done at various phases, at every phase. Maybe it has to be done at every phase. Otherwise, it may lead to what you call a big failure at the end there. So we need to do the verification, and verification is done by it is a what you call process of quality assurance team. So the quality assurance team is a defect prevention of a product. So it will ensure that there is no mistake in the software. That is what you call verification. So verification and validation are the two what you call terms, the work done by the quality control team, what you can call that. Yes. So these are the things we have discussed in the today's session. So if you got any things or any doubts, you can just ask me before winding up this today's session there. Yes. Fine. Any other things? Any doubts? Any doubts do you have?
No, sir.
No then. So then we can wind up in today's session there. Okay then, fine. Thank you one and all that.
Thank you, sir.